Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another first look video. Today we're going to be checking out Glorious Companions, which is sort of a Mountain Blade, Battle Brothers inspired, like party management, sim, adventure game with turn-based tactical combat. And I think the influences are pretty evident once we jump into the gameplay. But the game is in closed alpha right now. The developers have given me a very early look at it, so the game is just barely more than the proof of concept at this point, just kind of showing off what they intend to do with it. There's only two factions in the game right now. There's humans and then there's like lizard people. And not a whole lot to do, but there is like a basic quest system in. The turn-based combat is in as well, and so I'm just going to run around for a little bit and show you guys what this game is, and if you're interested in it, obviously you can go ahead and keep an eye on it through its development and so on. I believe it's going to release in early access on Steam sometime in I want to say June or July, so there's still a few months before it's even going to be playable in a beta state. So again, it is very, very early in development. You can see here version 0.1. I've been running around for a little bit, so we're going to jump into the game that I was kind of testing with, because there's really not a whole lot. There's no character creation or anything yet, so in terms of starting a game, you essentially just choose your race and then give yourself a name. And so we'll just skip that and get right to the gameplay. I have, I think, 5 people in my party right now. Let's take a look. So this is the game world here. You can zoom out and kind of pan around the map, although there is quite a bit of heavy fog. So the blue faction with like the 3 stripes is the humans, and then the red faction with like the V and the little dot in the middle is the sort of like lizard people. As far as I can tell, neither is like openly hostile, at least not yet. So nobody was like trying to attack me, although the wolves did, and we're gonna fight them in just a second. But you have your company management screen here, and this is the character I started with. I don't remember what I named it. I think we're like the chumps or something. Anyways, here's my character. Your leader has a little bit more stats than the other characters. The attributes are shared across everybody, and when I say shared, I mean they all have the same categories and stuff, not that they have like the same stats. But the Lord is the only one, I believe, that has leader skills, and these work sort of like you would imagine in Mountain Blade with your player character. So the leadership increases the size of our company. You start only being able to have 5 characters. I think you start the game with 4, so you basically have 1 open slot. But with every point in leadership, you get an additional slot in your company there, which, so started with 5 up to 7 now with those 2 points. And trading, I think, gets you more money when you sell stuff. Yeah, so you buy and sell at better prices. Tactics increases your spawn area, which I'll explain a little bit more when we get into the combat. Intelligence gives you more information about the enemies and other stuff. They're all pretty self-explanatory, so I won't go through every single one in detail. Now, for the company, I have these guys here, and there's only 2 character models. Well, no, there's a few more character models for humans, but the only human that you can play as for your lord is this female. Like, she runs around like a ninja. She's got like the Naruto run with her arms behind her as she kind of like, you know, flails them. And then your like kind of peon foot soldiers are these like Mohawk tribal dudes. And I think my biggest gripe with the game so far, and this is something that I think is really, really important in any game, the loot, like the armor and whatnot, needs to have visual feedback. So you can see, for example, that my character here has fur armor on, but you won't actually see that represented on the character when we get into battle or running around on the map. And the same is true of like Rukog Whiteior here. He's wearing fur armor, but again, he'll just be shirtless when we go into battle. And I think it's really important to have that visual feedback. So hopefully that's something that they're working on and just isn't implemented yet. But when you put armor on a character, it should show, because when I get into battle, All four of these guys look identical. There's no way to tell them apart other than hovering over them and like looking at, their name and then going, oh wait, is he the guy with like, level 2 stats versus level 1 stats? If I could see the armor on the character, I'd know, all right, this guy's better equipped. I might want to put him in front. So it does kind of make the gameplay a little bit better, just in terms of convenience, and it's also, cool. It rewards the player for earning these items by, allowing you to put stuff on your characters and like, oh, now they look more badass. So yeah, I think that's really important. But again, it might be planned, it's just not there yet. And you can see I have 211 gold, so that's that. Let's do some combat. We've got 5 wolves running around here. They're probably going to try to run away from me, and they might get away. The nights are very dark. Oh, looks like Viscount Rolf from the lizard people intercepted the wolves, so we'll jump in there and help. If it'll let me. Will it not? No, I can't intervene apparently. Control-wise, it's pretty much what you'd expect, although from what I've seen, you don't really use the right mouse button at all. You basically left-click for most of the things you want to do. You can, of course, speed the game up. I find that running around in 3x is fine. The movement is so slow generally that it doesn't really get out of hand. When you're playing like Warband, for example, and you speed things along, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. You might run smack into a bunch of bandits you didn't intend to fight or weren't prepared to. Here, I think even at top speed, you've got enough time to react. I'm not really seeing any wolves though. I don't want to have to fight like a lord's army because we're really not prepared for that. But I'm not really seeing an alternative. I wanted to show you guys some combat. That's why I picked up right where I did, but the wolves got away from us. It's time to pay our weekly dues. Okay. So, Footgar Helmier, level 1. I'll pay him 8 gold? Why would I pay him 16? Like, which one is he entitled to? I'll pay him 8. Pay you 12, 12, 10, yeah. Maybe it's just like a bonus to reward people. I don't know. It looks like he failed. So he loses 20 health and gains bad sight. So we'll prepare for battle. Okay, so the enemy is going to deploy their troops, which are 5 wolves, and then we'll deploy ours. So we have this deployment zone here, and then depending on your tactical skill, this deployment zone can be bigger, so it'll basically let you deploy further forward. Now, you notice like she's carrying this board shield and a sword there. The weapons do actually change when you equip them with different stuff, so I do like that. It's nice to see that, you know, what you're giving them actually does have an impact. These guys are carrying axes, which of course is what they should have. You just don't see the armor on them, so I really do hope that they add that later. I'm just going to deploy ourselves across here. The different like terrain, like these walls, affect your movement, so you kind of step over the wall or kind of around it, and so if we deploy over here, we're going to get slowed down. I'd rather not do that. Although I guess we could deploy somebody in front of the wall. Poor Bondo, he's a little bit hurt though. I haven't really fought anything other than wolves, so I don't know how good the AI is like tactically. The wolves are pretty straightforward. They just run at you and attack. They do sort of headhunt. So I had a character earlier that was severely wounded, and rather than attack the person in front of him, the wolf actually disengaged and went after the wounded guy to try to kill him. So it is kind of ruthless in that regard. Oh, I totally screwed up there. So I totally messed this up. The turns aren't based on characters, they're based on sides. So I should have been tabbing through and moving all my people. I'm still adjusting this, but it's like an XCOM turn-based system rather than like a Battle Brothers turn-based system. So in Battle Brothers, each character has an independent initiative, and each character takes their turn individually. This is like XCOM, or at least the newer XCOMs, where all of your characters go during the same turn, and you can kind of move them in any order you want. Now, they have different things here. So 1 is move, 2 is attack, 3 is rotate. And facing does matter because you can't attack enemies behind you. I don't remember if they can attack to their left and right, but definitely can't attack from behind them. So we'll test that here, I suppose. And then they have like action points that count for attacks, and then movement points. I'm not going to move her since she's already kind of out ahead of everybody. We'll give them a chance to catch up for my blunder there. Nice dodge. And for whatever reason, the sort of alpha wolf always hangs back, which makes these fights quite easy, actually. I'm going to have her step over here, and then we'll go ahead and have her attack right there. So let's see, she's got 5. It looks like we can attack one more time. Oh, we dodged it. And now she's got 0. So the little turquoise or teal diamonds are the attack points, and then the orange feet are the movement points. She could move, but I don't really see a point moving her, because the wolf will just go to attack her. So he's got 11 action points, but his attacks cost 6, so he can only attack once. But that means if he levels up and we can put a point into something, giving him an extra action point would allow him to attack twice, which would be a pretty significant little boost to his abilities, so that's something to consider. We can go back to movement now, because you can do these in any order. So if we wanted to, we could advance. And I don't necessarily see an issue with that. Let's wait. I can't get you into combat, unfortunately. We'll move you as close as we can. And then I'd like for you to get to here, because you'll be able to engage that wolf. And you dodged it. Okay. I really wish you could move. Well, let's get you up. And I'm not sure. Yeah, just go for it. I should have seen if she could move up, but her movement is pretty good compared to the others. Oh, he's gonna go down. Okay, they're gonna attack her. She blocked it with the shield. Let's have her attack this one twice. Cool, we landed at least one of them. That's all she can really do unless we want to move her out of the way. We'll get you into combat. Although I'm worried they're gonna gang up on you here. So let's go for a kill. Oh, we screwed that up. Okay, change your facing. Nope. There you go. Now attack. You can see when he was turned around, he couldn't do anything. I don't know if it affects how much damage you take. I haven't really paid that close attention. But presumably, if you're getting attacked in the back, you'd take more damage, or at least be more prone to, like, taking a crit or something. But I haven't been able to see if that's actually the case. Rondo here is not going to be super useful because he's only got this cheap dagger. But it does mean that he can attack... Oh no, he can only attack them one time. That's a shame. Alright, well... I totally botched that, didn't I? He should have attacked either one of these wolves. This guy could have finished that wolf off. So I kind of wasted his attack there. Bummer. Well, I'm not playing very tactically sound, but at least you're getting an idea of how combat works. Ooh, she ate that one. And that one's gonna retreat or something? I don't know what that was about. I'm gonna have her go after it. Come on, you gotta land those. Interesting, so she only had enough for one there. It seems like her action points are slowly depleting over the course of the battle, maybe? Let's put you here, and we'll try to finish this wolf off. I am a little bit concerned about her going down. Yeah, I want you to move here, and then attack this wolf, please. Cool. Go there. You can still move, right? Nope. No, you're out. You can still move, though, and you might be able to help us here. So that dagger's not really very promising. Right, so you can't attack anymore. You can move a little bit. No, you don't have enough. Alright, that's all we can do then. The alpha's still coming after us, but it's far enough behind where I don't know it'll matter. Oh no, our hero went down. So we lose. Now, I'm not sure how this works or what this costs, but you have the option here when people are dead. If you click on it, they'll... Apparently we couldn't bring her back to life. This one, however, we can. So you see it goes back in there. But again, I don't know what that's pulling from. But we can do it here too. I think it's the bandages maybe, and they have a set... Yeah, it must have been, because I had 2, I believe. So I think you spend a bandage, and that recoups some of the hit points. It looked like it was roughly 20. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to bring her back to life, so I think she's just dead for good. And that might be game over because she's our lord. Let's see. So we'll check our company. She's still alive. What's the deal with you guys? What's this? I don't know what the exclamation point is. Level up? Oh yeah, it's a level up. Right, well... Let's see, the axe requires 6 AP, so if I spend the point, or one of the points here, he'll be able to attack twice, and then with the other point, I think strength is a good idea. Let's level up this guy as well. I think it's, again, wise to spend a point there, and I'll go strength again. So I had some gear lying around. We need 9 defense for it, though. I don't know that anybody has that. Oh, she does. So we can swap that out. We'll give her this moon shield. So she'll have the moon shield and a saber. And let's see. The broadsword requires 9 strength, 5 agility. How many hit points does this cost? Also 6, so that works out pretty well. Let's give it to you. I'm going to let him carry the sword and the shield. And then that gives me a free axe over here to get rid of that dagger, because the dagger was kind of garbage. It does look like this is going to be permanent, though. That's rough. That's pretty punishing. Okay, well, we're at town, so let's go to the town and we'll show you guys how this works. So the city center allows you to manage the city and interact with it. Since this isn't like our city, there's nothing to really be done here with that anyway. Tavern is where you recruit from. It looks like we do have a female character. She's an engineer, so that's why she has the different character model. She's way too expensive for us though. But it's good to know that there's other classes and stuff. I assume they're going to be adding more. The flea market is where you buy stuff. Ooh, some chainmail. And we might be able to afford that. I think we're going to do it. Okay. Quest board is where you pick up quests. You can also pick up quests by talking to the various lords. For example, before I started recording, just to kind of test things out, I talked to one of the princes running around, and he asked me to go buy him a rapier. And when I brought it back to him, he paid me more than it was worth. So I was able to make a little bit of money off that, and I think I gained some experience. So let's see. War supplies. Lately, we've been in constant... That's not spelled right. War with all our neighbors. We need more weapons. But what does that mean? Or we need more food. Take quest. So we need to buy these, I assume. 2 short spears and 2 wooden spears, and presumably they'll pay us more than those items are worth. Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. These train different types of characters. I don't know if these are grayed out because the the mechanic isn't in the game yet, or if it's just because I don't have an engineer, because I don't. And again, the same is true here. I don't know if I have characters applicable to these, and that's why they're grayed out, or if it's grayed out because it's just not implemented yet. So I couldn't say. Let's get that chainmail equipped though. And I think you are... That's something I need to check. Don't do what I've been doing and just buying stuff. Look at the requirements. Luckily for us, she can wear this, but there's a good chance that she couldn't. That's why I had the sword and the shield that she's using in my inventory, because I bought them, not paying attention to whether or not they could actually be used. So you guys both have armor. You don't. Let's give you the armor then. And since you guys have seen a little bit of a town now, let's check out, like... So that's a character with... So, engineer, trapper, mercenary. I don't know, like, what class we have. Let's see, does it tell me? No, there's no information when I hover over my party. I think we have mercenaries, but I couldn't say for sure. But obviously there's other classes then. So the engineer, the trapper, and the gunner. And I don't know what my lord is, because she seems like a shinobi type of character, especially with the way she runs. So who can say what classes we've seen? Oh, I did not mean to do that. Well, it's good to know you can cancel quests, but I didn't intend to do what I did there. This is an easy mind check. I'm going to throw Shadow Lips to the... or potentially under the bus. We'll see how this goes. He failed, but nothing happened. Potentially we could have gotten something good there. But yeah, you can't use your lords for those. We've got 4 wolves. How are we doing on health? Because I wouldn't mind fighting again. It might be a little risky. But we'll see if we can't maybe squeeze in one more battle. Oh, they just picked up another wolf. Yeah, let's avoid them then. We'll check out this camp because I tried to do that before. We're making a very hard agility check. Let's not risk it. Let's see. Let's visit a lizard people town. These factions do have names, I just don't recall them. Okay, good, we healed a bit. How much, though? Oh, actually, quite a bit, actually. More than I was expecting. But yeah, let's check out one of these towns, and then I think we'll go ahead and call it a video. So, all the same stuff here. And then we have, it looks like more sort of class trainers. So this one trains zealots, which I haven't seen yet. This one trains assassins, which is maybe what my lord is. who knows. Again, magic abilities, utility abilities, and range abilities, but none are available. Well, that's where I will leave it for today. Now, I won't be playing this game again for a while, because there's just not that much to do yet. But I will be keeping track of it as it goes through development, because this is very much in the vein of games that I enjoy. It's got very obvious inspiration from Mount & Blade and a little bit from Battle Brothers and games like that, which are of course games that I love and I play very often on the channel. So depending on how this shapes up, this could be another game that is, really a staple of stuff I do on the channel. But we'll have to see. It's obviously very early in development and, pretty rough around the edges because it's so early. So if it's, really fleshed out and polished, it could be a very, very enjoyable game. That said, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some glorious companions with you. Don't forget to let me know what you thought of the game in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you back here for my next video.